Move on to topic two. Joe already kind of alluded to it. He set me up for that segue, and I was like, "Nah, I got one more question." Mando, Star Wars. Joe's a big fan of Star Wars. Look at that helmet. Beautiful.
Look at that. You can't see it because there's only one light. No one's fault for that, by the way. No one's at fault.
No one. So, Joe, where did your Star Wars fandom start?
It's one of those things, man. It's just one of those things. I cannot tell you. I'm trying to remember now.
Sure.
I can't remember the first time I watched Star Wars. It's just always been there. Along with Back to the Future, Star Wars has just been there. Like, I'm thinking back to when I was just a wee tot in Middletown, New York. Shout out to Middletown, New York. Where my parents would have my brother babysit me. They would leave to go out to, like, ShopRite or whatever they needed to go, like, shop. Right? They're not going clubbing. They're not being that irresponsible. But they're just like, here is Back to the Future or Star Wars. Put it on, and we were just stuck. We're just glued to the TV. We could not look away because those were our babysitters for the most part. It was that and the SNES. So Star Wars has just always been there, man. It's just been that thing. And I'm sorry if you hear Puerto Rican parents in the background. They're being Puerto Rican and they're cheering on my dog who is trying to do something we don't know, but we're cheering him on nonetheless.
All good. All good cheers. So, with growing up with Star Wars from, I presume, episode 4, 5, 6
Yep.
and on.
As it should be.
What was it like getting the prequel trilogy to, like, how was that to you growing up?
This is a 1-to-1 Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber.
Nice.
So you actually get to see the divots. You see that?
Yeah.
This is movie accurate. They don't, aside from the stunt sabers, this was hanging on Qui-Gon. See that? Nobody notices the divots,
No.
but we noticed. We noticed. This is a 1-to-1 replica, baby. The hero saber, they call it. Leave that right there. The prequels are an abomination. As I show you one of my favorite lightsabers from the prequels. They are an abomination. Most of them are... Attack of the Clones is unwatchable. It's just unwatchable.
I mean, there's some good parts.
Yoda flipping.
Yeah.
So here's the fun thing. Episode 2, everybody hates. And they're like, oh my God, when Yoda fights, it's so cringe. I'm like, really? Because Yoda's the fucking coolest, and he's doing flips and shit, and he's beating the shit out of Dooku, and Dooku has to cheat just to run away.
Right.
All right? He has to cheat to run away because he knows he's going to get mollywopped. Like, come on now. That being said, though, that's the only good part. It's like when we get to the war part, it's like, yeah, I waited what seems like an eternity for this, and it's not enough. Not enough to justify that mullet, Obi-Wan. Not enough. Phantom Menace, when you look at it now, it's practically, well, let's be honest, it's a bit insensitive. There's just so much wrong with the prequels. Now, I will say Revenge of the Sith is where it gets better. It's okay. But, no, I have strong feelings about the prequels. That said, though, if you love the prequels and that's what got you into Star Wars, listen, you may have poor taste, but you know what? You're entitled to that. So I'm legitimately, I'm happy for you, but I question your judgment, but I'm happy for you.
Fair. Only a little judged. But yeah, I just thought, like, especially for people our age, it was, not, our Star Wars sounds weird, but like, it was something for us to grow up with. And then we got to the sequel series, 7, 8, 9, a whole nother generation Star Wars. So we talked about prequels, how you feel about those. How do you feel about 7, 8, and 9 with our new band of heroes?
As I hold up Kylo Ren, which is my favorite lightsaber, by the way.
Okay.
This lightsaber is dope. I used to draw lightsabers like this. This is not 1-to-1, by the way. This is one of the first replicas when it first came out that some people that are 501st certified made. It does have any of the wires, and you can hear a little jingle jangle. Don't know what that jingle jangle is. I hope it's good, but My brother's like, you can put blades in it. You can put the stuff on it. Nah, I just like it as a big paperweight. This is what I like. I don't need to put blades on it. It's okay. That said, though, man, they're not well thought out.
Okay.
They have great characters. Great characters. In fact, Force Awakens is one of my favorite Star Wars. Hell, we're gonna probably rank them in a bit, but it's one of my favorite Star Wars. In fact, I love the Disney Star Wars.
Okay.
But I'm not a fan of The Last Jedi. That's not because of the diversity. That's just because it didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. Though I understand what Rian Johnson was trying to do, and I respect what he was trying to do. I think what fans needed was, hey, we need Star Wars. We haven't gotten a lot of it. We just got these two films that we both like a lot. But let's finish out what we know before we start experimenting. And I think he experimented too fast with too much.
Sure.
And that's why Last Jedi is so divisive. Though it's not my favorite Star Wars, it's definitely not the worst. It's definitely not mediocre. It's a great film, though. I can say that and go, I didn't like it. It's a great film. But it also has some of the best moments in Star Wars. So, to me, I cry. So Yoda's my favorite character. Like pretty much, he's my favorite. And it's like him and Han. But now the Mando's there, so it's like I don't know yet. We'll see how the end of season 3 goes.
Sure.
But Yoda's one of my favorite characters, and his scene made me cry because it was also, I believe, the same year my grandpa passed away. I always saw my grandpa as Yoda because they had similar foreheads. Rest in peace, Grandpa. So yeah, that scene was important for me. But the rest of the movie, like the Holdor maneuver, man, that was so not okay with that, because that breaks things. That breaks logic of the thing that we're talking about. Because then it's just like, well, why not just shoot random physical projectiles into things? Because these lasers aren't doing the trick. They all got shields. Just ram things. That's easy. Come on. So yeah, no, I didn't like that. That was a really weird universe break that I'm not a fan of. So yeah, that, and then Rise of Skywalker tries to fix so much and appease the fans too much.
Okay.
So it doesn't really take any risk out of things, while introducing characters like Emperor Palpatine that really didn't need to be there. It's like, hey, he's alive somehow. Don't worry about it. We'll explain it 10 years from now, and then you'll be on board with it. But just like we did with the prequels. But until then, he's here. It's like, okay, all right. But it was fun. It was fine. The sequel trilogy, I don't think at the end of the day is spectacular. Sure. It lacks vision. Okay. And I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, I'd agree. There's definitely fun moments from it, and like you said, there's definitely interesting characters that come out of it. I will say this, they're probably like, I haven't rewatched any of them in quite some time. Like, I remember when 8 did drop, like, oh boy, that was quite the rant back when that was.
I watched that movie 8 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To put that into perspective, that's how big of a Star Wars fan I am.
There you go.
Love it.
So yeah, you kind of alluded to ranking the movie. So at least from the episodic ones, or the episode numbered ones, how would you rank it?
I'll go even braver. I'll rank them all.
Okay.
All right. So it doesn't matter where you put the sequel trilogy, as long as episode 3 is 3.
Okay.
On the list of, like, I'm going from worst to best. So like Phantom Menace and Clone Wars, who cares? Because they're unwatchable films. I said it. I don't like. Here's the thing. In Darth Maul fight, dope as hell. But then it cuts into the. What's this? Sure. Oh, jeez, I just saw. Are you an angel? And she's like, oh, just give it a film until I try to groom you. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Like, when you do the math in your head, it's like, George Lucas, what made you go with he's going to be a kid and fall in love with essentially a teenager, and she's up for it in episode 2. And like, the age difference is, to me, I feel like that's very alarming. And then he's just like, yeah, and like 20 years ago, I'm going to have brother and sister kiss each other. and one of them's gonna be into it and a little bragging about it. It's like, come on. It's like, well, they didn't know. It's like, come on, you didn't see a resemblance. Come on. All right. So those movies are unwatchable.
Okay.
This is where we go to, these movies are good. Right? So episode 3, movie's fine. But now we get to, these movies are good. Solo gets a bad rap. It's a fun film. I like it. You go, oh, he's not Han Solo. No, of course he's not, because you just started.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Come on, he's getting there. And by the end, you're seeing that he can get somewhere. He becomes Han Solo at the end. So I like that film, and I like the Maul reveal. And because of that movie not doing good, we're probably never going to see a Vader v Maul fight. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for that boycott, because you couldn't take, I don't know, a robot woman. I forget even what your oh god, your fan base. I just want to strangle. Oh Jesus! Oh, there's a woman with an afro and it's woke. So they're so fragile. You're gonna get 3 people that are gonna like yell at you because of that comment. You know? It's okay. That's all right. All right, don't worry. Shake it off. Everything's gonna be okay. And then we get to the original trilogy, which are all great. All great. And so I go with... Oh, no, sorry. Now we're not going original trilogy. Sorry. Now we're going, and we're going to put we're going to put Rise of Skywalker here.
Okay.
So Rise of Skywalker is 5. Then we're putting Last Jedi there at 6. Right? If I'm making... Yeah. At 6. Then we're going to put Return of the Jedi at 7. It's great. Great film. Then we're going to put New Hope at 8. Then that's where we're going to put Episode 8, Force Awakens, right above that. Then we're going to get Empire. Going to put that second, right? And then last but not leastly, we're going to put Rogue One up there. Because Rogue One is the best. It is phenomenal. That's cinema right there. It's so good that the movie didn't need a lightsaber scene, but then when we got the lightsaber scene, it ended up being one of the coolest fucking moments in Star Wars.
Absolutely.
And that movie introduced a gimmick that Disney and Lucasfilm are going to use from here on out, which I implore they keep using because it's so cool, and that is the GoPro shot. You saw the GoPro shot sitting on the wing of the X-Wing while it's in space, and you felt like you were hanging onto the wing. They keep on doing those shots. They just did it in the latest episode of Mando, where it's just like, hey, what if we put a GoPro on a Mandalorian's helmet while they're blasting off and things are exploding behind them? Would that be fun, kids? They're like, It's like, well, we're gonna give it to you. Like, oh, it's great. But then I think it does something really important, and it makes Darth Vader terrifying again, in the most menacing way of which you root for him. That hallway scene's really important to vindicate what is a child killer. That is, Padme, is she okay? Is she all right? No. I was there. I felt it. It's like, all right, come on, James Earl Jones, pull back a bit. Pull back a bit, bud. Guy on the sound mixer, pull back a bit. Pull back a bit. This is sounding comedic. That he was devastating. It was frightening. Jesus Christ, I'd be shitting my pants. So, yeah, those are where I'd rank the movies. And then, like, you get into the shows where you rank all that. I don't do that, because then we're getting into crazy land. Sure. But all the shows are good.
Okay. So, alluding to the shows, after watching 4, 5, 6, what was your Star Wars journey past the films growing up until now with the more recent shows and stuff?
We have bought every single Star Wars video game. Every single one. So, like, it continues, right? You know, like Republic Commando, chef's kiss. Was it Jango Fett, the Boba
Oh,
Fett game?
mm-hmm.
No, let's not talk about it. The Obi-Wan game on Xbox, let's not talk about it. Battlefront, we could talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We could have a great discussion about those. It's great games. But like even the pod racing game, it's like pod racing sucked. It sucked, dude. It sucked so bad. Because it just lasted 45 minutes. Are you kidding me? Like, here's the thing, Enigma. I'm gonna get canceled in a second. That's fair. I was watching the Harry Potter films.
Yeah.
Because I love J.K. Rowling and what she stands for, and I stole them. So don't worry. She didn't get any money. Relax. It was like the ones with the commercials. Like someone pirated it, and they did weird transitions between the commercials, and every time it's like you get Voldemort going, "Oh, and then it's like a weird fade, and then but it's like those movies. I feel like when it came to the Quidditch matches, I'm like, this is what the pod racing should have been. 5-10 minutes of fun, and not 40 minutes. There's 40 minutes of just oh god. Anyway, sorry, I was lost in the sauce. I was lost in the sauce. So yeah, the games and then the shows. So the one thing I just found out, the original Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
Cartoon Network, the cartoon like legit, cells.
Mm-hmm.
They're up on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, they are.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of those.
I think I still have the DVDs of them over there.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so fucking cool. Those are awesome because it does so little and like nobody really talks.
Mm.
So it's just like action for like 5-minute little clips. And I remember waiting like after like what is it? The Kids Next Door or whatever,
mm-hmm.
right? Was it Codename Kid Next Door? Then you had the Star Wars show, and I was always like, all right, let's go, let's do this. So the cartoons were always a thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just love how Lucasfilm, they really went, everything is art, anything is on the table, and any way to tell a story, we're going to try it. And I really want to applaud them for that because they really went into every avenue to tell a story in this universe and expand it, whether it's books, comics, video games, whatever have you. They were really wanting to be at the forefront of it all.
Mm-hmm.
So the cartoons for sure. And even like the second half of Clone Wars, I think is like at the end of season 2
or
3.
Like
that's where that show really picks up.
Mm.
And I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So real talk, the best animated show is hands down Rebels.
Okay.
Rebels is freaking-tastic.
Mm.
Holy crap. Once they introduce Maul and Ahsoka, spoiler alert, holy crap. And Ahsoka's lightsabers are so cool. So, yeah. Okay. Shows. Great.
Nice. So you alluded to video games. So how did you feel about Jedi Fallen Order when that came out?
It's the best one. So here's the thing. Have you ever been so confident in something you never even had to worry in your entire life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once I heard Respawn is going to make a Star Wars game, I was like, okay, cool. I have faith. I get it. It's EA, but it's Respawn, and they've never made a bad game. They made Call of Duty, right? Like their origins are in Medal of Honor. Again, they've never made a bad video game. Titanfall, stellar. I'm like, oh, okay, they're making a shooter. Oh, it's an action game. Oh, okay. Third person, okay. Oh, cool. So one of the creative directors of God of War 3 is making this. All right, awesome. You got me. And I was in. And everything they showed, I was like, oh, this looks like a Dark Souls Star Wars game with Uncharted elements. Okay, you've piqued my interest. And that's what exactly this thing was. And listen, is it perfect? No. I didn't know that you could find extra health locator like
Oh,
things. So
okay.
I always rocked three like stim packs until like 3/4 of the game.
Oh, wow.
So I
Okay.
was playing that game on, and I was, and to just put it into perspective, I was playing the game on hard, and I
Hmm.
was like, they just don't have enough health. And I finally Googled it. I was like, oh shit, I cleared most of these planets. Oh, I'm dumb. So, um, but that is the perfect Star Wars game because it's my dream Star Wars game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you're giving me a genre that I love so much, which is Soulsborne, you give me my favorite franchise that means more than anything in the world. Um, I mean that I love it so much. Eh, you're gonna get a game that I'm gonna love. So when it came out and it's like, oh wow, this game's great. It might be one of the best Star Wars games. I'm like, I hate to say that I told you so, but I didn't know, but I had faith.
Hmm.
So I faithed you so.
Hmm.
Never doubt the abilities of Respawn.
Yeah, it was incredible. I remember streaming that and just more and more every session, just falling in love with it and like slight spoiler for the ending, but like the customization options once those came with your saber, I was like, yes, like having the ability, obviously the simplicity of the color and stuff, but then being able to swap on the fly of what you wanted, single saber, dual saber, the double blade is just like, this
Yeah.
is fucking insane.
Yeah. I'm going to spoil the end for just a sec.
Yeah.
So everybody skip 30 seconds ahead, and I'm giving you time to skip ahead. So now you had time. You had time to skip it. You had the 10-second thing on. Come on. You got Apple Play in the car. When at the end, it's the only game that I skipped. Like, I still watch reactions to the end. Because I was like, as I'm playing, I was like, wow, they didn't even need Darth Vader. And then I heard a... I'm like, what the fuck? And like when I see like Stella like stuck, and I'm like, is it out of fear? She's paralyzed. No, he's force holding her like this, and I'm like, oh my god! And when she's like, avenge us, it's just like, I'm
Yeah.
like, and then it does something brilliant where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna fight Darth Vader. Oh, I better not stand a chance. And it's like, no, you
No.
don't stand a fucking chance. You need to run. You need to run right now because boy, he's ripping hallways apart. He's a monster. So I loved that.
Mhm.
The game is just so good. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's not like top 10 status. Don't get me wrong, but it's if I had like it's on the top 20 for sure.
Okay. So
It's great.
what are your expectations going into Survivor?
Then when they tell me, hey, we're gonna expand the combat a bit. Have you ever heard of a game called Neo? I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit too hard. Okay, have you ever heard of a game called Ghost of Tsushima? I'm like, oh, we're gonna take those stance systems. Oh, we're gonna make everything a hub world, and it's actually easy to navigate the map. Oh, and now there's deeper combat with different stances of your saber. You're getting to break them off mid combat. Oh wowee! So all of it speaks to my liking. I think Cal is a fantastic character,
Mhm.
which I know they got a lot of flack for a few months ago because the game industry is very sensitive, where they kind of admitted Cal was made because the reaction to Ray.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yeah, because the fan base is awful, and they're like, we had in mind to make Cal a woman until we saw the reaction. We didn't want to feel, or not the reaction. We didn't want to. I think they said something along the lines of they didn't want to feel like they were copying the movies.
Sure.
And so to me, by bringing in the actor of Shameless, and I'm forgetting his name, I'm so sorry, but he's fantastic. So I loved his portrayal of Cal. I know my brother hated him on Shameless. He's just like, he's gonna suck. This is gonna be awful. And now, my brother's like, Cal Kestis is fucking awesome and he needs to be in the shows. My brother's like, he needs to be in the shows. You don't understand. He has to be in Ahsoka, right? It's like he has become such a beloved character that I think it's a matter of time before we see him.
Okay.
In live action.
Right. So I guess one more question.
Okay.
So, obviously, wide array of media that, the source material has gone over, and then Disney's acquired it, and they have built Star Wars parks. Have you had the chance to go to either of their Star Wars parks? No. Okay.
No.
Is that something on your bucket list?
Yo,
Okay.
dude, I got this new job, and I texted my best friend. I'm like, we are planning a trip.
Mm-hmm.
We are going.
Mm-hmm.
We are gonna have fun. So yeah, no, I am planning to go. If not next year, the year after. So within the next 2 years, I'm going to Galaxy's Edge.
Great.
And then I'm going to Universal.
Okay.
To may or may not go to the Hogwarts town.
Sure.
If I'm not canceled before then, or I take a moralistic stand, don't go, so I go see Mario World, or I just do both and enjoy my fucking life,
Yeah.
Oh my God, Republicans are the worst. I kind of want to escape all the things, God forbid I want to go to a theme park and buy a robe, and then go to another theme park and buy a Mario hat, then go to another theme park and go buy a lightsaber, and just confuse all the fandoms.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do so bad.
Yeah, I'm excited for you because, hearing your passion about, obviously, the franchise, Are
you going to Galaxy's Edge? Because you're going to Disney World.
Yeah, so this will be my first time in Florida. When I was out in California, I lived there for a year, I went, and that was an experience like none other. Like, just rounding corners, seeing Kylo Ren's ship, seeing the Falcon, and then walking inside of it for queues and stuff.
I'm gonna cry.
I know, it's,
Because here's the thing, I'm not kidding you, dude. Like, the Millennium Falcon is it's between that and the DeLorean. That is my favorite sci-fi vehicle, right? So when I'm in the Falcon, I'm gonna legit just sob. Now, question: how much? Sure. You don't have to say it on the show. Maybe afterwards. I don't know. Whatever. How much money do you think I should save up before I go to Galaxy's Edge? No, I'm not gonna go buy all the things, but I'm definitely gonna go and do the saber thing.
So if you want to do the saber building, that is
it's 300, right?
It's $220, I believe, right now. To go through the thing of building your own, etc. They do have replicas like you showed, and that's one I'm not sure if you know, but they do have a Cal Kestis one, and I am debating heavily. I'm like, should I get this one?
You get the Cal Kestis one, yes. And there's the Ahsoka ones where she pulls it apart.
They have a couple different ones. I'm like,
now they're not the 1-to-1s. I will say this about the park ones. My brother's like, I don't even know about the group that my brother belongs to. They're very elite, so much so. I'm not shitting you this. The Graflex, the lightsaber Rey uses and Luke uses in the sequels. They are all bought by the people that make these sabers for us in the Facebook community. That's what's so awesome about Star Wars too, is that they'll buy from you and use it. Here's the thing, Star Wars fans, we get a bad rap for being toxic, sexist, and racist, and a lot of it's there. But there's also a beautiful side of the community that is so in touch with what Star Wars is, without being a dick about it, that Lucasfilm will literally contract folks to go build stuff for them. And that's why things just feel so authentic, because it is. So again, a lot of the props that you see here, like the 1-to-1 Qui-Gon, probably was in Obi-Wan. In fact, the Obi-Wan saber was that my brother has is the battle saber in the show.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Made by the same person.
Damn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And they're relatively cheap. They're a couple hundred because parts and such. But it's cool.
Yeah. So okay, I guess if we want to get even crazier, have you seen anything from the Galactic Star Cruiser?
I've seen things.
Okay, is that something that that role playing aspect?
No.
Okay.
No. If I can't have sex with a twilight. No, that's not the. No, so no shame in the role play. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum. But that's too rich for my blood.
That's fair.
And I think even Who's the CEO that everybody has learned to not like anymore?
So Chapek's out, and then we got
Chapek's is out.
What is the guy's name? It's another Bob, but he's back.
Bob. Yeah.
Is it Iger?
Bobby's back, baby. Yeah, Bob Iger. There you go.
He's good.
He's well, everybody hates him now. I know. Everybody hates everybody. Whatever. Eat the rich. You know what? Fuck it. What am I funding a billionaire? Eat this motherfucker. He's even said we're gonna lower the prices because it's too goddamn high. So they got the guy that was running for New York with the gloves. He's like, the rent's too damn high. He's gonna be in charge of rent control there. But no, that's a little bit too rich for my blood because it's like a couple grand.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. So like to me, it's like I don't want to break the bank. All I need is a lightsaber. I just want Din Djarin's blaster, and I'm a happy boy.
Okay.
Like I don't think I'm gonna build an R2 unit.
Yeah.
Or a BB unit. I don't think so. I think that I already got one of those and I barely use it. So like, no.
Right.
No, my dumbass. I will. I say it now. but yeah, I'm gonna buy some things. This is probably for the lightsaber.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so
then,
what do you think? What do you think think's the damage?
The damage overall? I don't know. Like if it's just the saber, then yeah. If you're building one's 220, I don't know what the replica ones are, but it's probably up there. And then yeah, it just depends on obviously the rest of the trip. What you're. Yeah, are you staying in property? Are you doing a hotel? Are you doing how long are you staying?
I'm not gonna do a hotel.
Okay.
I'm not do a hotel. I'm thinking 3 days. Right. Get 1 day to go on the main park.
Sure.
Bullshit around. Right. Go look at a parade. Oh, look, who else is there? See someone propose to their girlfriend or boyfriend. Or, you know, and then like ruin it. Go say no. I'm against love. This is patriarchy. This is capitalism at its worst. You know that's a blood diamond. South Africa. Have you seen the movie Blood Diamond? How many Leos had to die for that diamond? But yeah, so I'd ruin a proposal, and I'd just walk around. I don't need to go on half the rides. Fucking, I can't go on most of the rides because I'm fat. So again, I do have to lose weight as well because I want to go on the Star Wars rides.
Sure.
So 3 days, one on, one off, and then mess about, and then I'll go to Universal.
Okay.
And then mess about there because I need to go to Super Mario Land.
Yeah, and you got some time because that should be open by that time.
I think it's open. I think it just opened.
I know California's did. Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you're heading that way, then you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, probably 1,000 or 2 probably should cover everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got time. You got time.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I am determined.
Good.
Yeah, I need to go. Need to go right now.
And you can meet your hero now. You can meet Mando and Grogu there.
Yes. Which the Mandalorian is again, like I can't put movies and shows together because just the list gets too unwieldy. But that is top tier Star Wars. That's S tier Star Wars.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So good
Stuff. Well, everybody, this has been another episode of the Wait What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma911, and today, once again, I was joined by Joe, aka Mr. Badbit, one of the hosts of the Trophy Room. Joe, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, what were we talking about?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know. No, honestly, it's been a blast.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me so much. Thank you so much for having me. Jesus, sentences and words. Again, migraine. That being said, though, thank you for having me. My name is Joseph, a.k.a. Mr. Badbit. And if you don't know, now you know. Go over to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players, where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. This week, we still, as of recording, are doing our 5-star giveaway. You rate the show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, rate us 5 stars over on Spotify Podcasts, and you are entered to win, as long as you share us your posts, a copy of Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is dope. But make sure you subscribe, even the VOD version on youtube.com at PS Trophy Room, and you can find the show over at PS Trophy Room on Twitter. It'd be great to have you.
Yes.
Yeah, the Trophy Room of PlayStation Podcast. You'll love to see it.
Absolutely go do that. Joe, congrats on 300 reviews, by the way. You guys hit that milestone.
And that made my day because I was having a real bad one. And that one was very vindicating. Those reviews really help. And so, like, when you're done reviewing the Trophy Room, go over review this show because, honest to goodness, just subscribe to all the things, support it. The higher that number is, the more PR people take you seriously. It's a sad reality of things. So please, please, please rate your favorite shows on those podcast services. Go subscribe to your favorite channels because it's going to help them in a major way, and it brings more eyes to them as well, because the Google or the Apple algorithm would be like, oh, people are really into this, so we're going to put it on the front of iTunes.
Right.
It really does help.
Yeah. And yeah, just from the bottom of my heart, Joe, congrats on everything. You and Kyle have been crushing it lately. Like, episodes are great. They've been great, but you guys keep that momentum going. You guys have had, ups and downs, but you guys keep pushing this content out regularly, consistently, and quality is great. And you guys lately crushing it with the guests too. Like, I know you had John McLaren on like a year or two ago, but like more and more guests showing up now, and it's just been awesome. We got
Jane Perry, the voice of Celine from Eternal, which she was so great because she's just like, I've been waiting for you to ask. Oh. And then we had Danielle Bisotti from the voice of Freya of God of War Ragnarok. And I was like, hey, would you like to do some mine? And she's like, I've been waiting for you to ask. And she shows us our Twitter poll for her. So like, yeah, it was just so awesome to see them go like paste our posts going, yes, we've been waiting for you to ask us. Yes, let's do this. So yeah, we're gonna have some more cool people talking about games and stuff, like to quote a horrible person, the best is yet to come. It really is. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. So yes, everybody go check that out. And remember, if you guys want to check out this podcast live, you can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma9011, usually live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You join the chat, join the conversation, join all the fun. We'd love to have you there. But if you can't catch live, that's A-OK. Go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. Last but not least, like Joe said, any way you could support the shows, liking, commenting, reviewing, sharing with somebody you think would enjoy it. It may seem small, but it helps out in a giant way. So whatever you can do, we would love and appreciate you for it. Joe, once again, thank you for the time, good sir.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Viewers, listeners, thank you guys for hanging out with us today, giving us a watch, giving us a listen, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.